well. We've also got boxing on the card here tonight, so everybody watching at home on the pay-per-view, we do have a boxing bout next, which will be 3 2-minute rounds, and I'll give you over to our MC, Lee Thompson, to call these guys in.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we continue the action here at the O2 Academy in Bournemouth with another 3 2-minute rounds of boxing action in the 68kg division. So please join me in welcoming into the white corner, fighting out of the Juggernaut gym, it's James Day.
So Danny, we move from K1 to boxing. One of the things I love about CFS tonight is the different ranges we can now talk about. Now we've got just straight boxing, which again, as you and I both know, excuse me, we've got boxing, we've got K1, we've got Muay Thai, we've got A-class Muay Thai. It's all about ranges.
Yeah,
and that changes directly now for a straight boxing bout.
I think the promotion usually is strictly kickboxing. We've come down to the South Coast now, which isn't London, is it? And we've got some different. We've got some different fights to commentate on here. That's right, quick adjustment on the microphone. Yep. And I'm working on the boxing week in, week out, as you know. England boxing shows last weekend, and let's see how they fare on CFS here tonight.
His opponent this evening in the black corner, fighting out of the New Era Gym in Bournemouth. Please welcome John Henry Sherred.
So local boxer John Henry Sherred, New Era, coming in to the black corner here. Our second bout this evening, Dan. We had a really good start to the evening with a K1 bout. We now switch to the boxing. And again, you're looking at the two young men, and it's great to see such conditioning. This is serious business. And so far, we've had 4 seriously conditioned young men in this ring.
Yeah, we expect them to come to the arena fit and strong, #1, eh? We don't expect them to be world champions when they come to, but we need them to be fit and strong.
So once again, ladies and gentlemen, this contest will be fought over 3 2-minute rounds of boxing rules in the 68kg division. Your referee in charge of the action, Mr. Chris Batchelor.
Now, Dan, the first thing at 68k, John Henry is tall compared to his opponent. The weight, that's going to be very noticeable because Chris Batchelor's a big man and he's up level with Chris there.
Yeah, slender, tall. This guy will be thinking, I'll bang into that body. But, you know.
Well, for me, whenever I see the different body shapes of the weight, it's all about tactical work. You feel if you're John Henry, you want to keep it at range, keep it at length at the end of those long arms. And as you said for James, you need to be all the way in and working quickly.
There's that body shot we called earlier, Malcolm. Day went straight in there. He's going low again. He wants to get under that jab, but that right hand looks good from Sherred.
Well, this is exactly where he doesn't want to be. When you're against a taller opponent, you don't want to be at that range. You and I have seen so many boxers like this. Dan, what you need is to be all the way in and working him on the inside and then all the way out, because that taller man, he'll have 2 things on his mind: catch you on the way in, and if you do get in, make you pay on the way out.
Yeah, you don't want to be on the end of their punches. You want to be halfway through them, right?
Exactly, Dan. And then once you've got there, you must work. It's half the battle. You don't want to waste that energy getting inside and then not working. Every time he gets inside, I agree with you, he's got to work the body of John Henry Sherred there, because what you don't want is the taller man getting comfortable, keeping you at range. And as you said already, and you've already noted, his right hand looks dangerous.
Yeah, he looks like a powerful boy at this height.
There. Now, luckily, James Day, he saw that. But he got clocked with it again, Dan. He's got to be careful here.
Yeah, both guys want to stand toe-to-toe here. They don't want to give up the centre of the ring either, do they? They're both trading in the centre of the ring, and big punches. That right hand caught him as well.
Well, I find when they want to stand toe-to-toe at a close range, it can, if he's clever, suit the shorter guy. What you saw there with John is when they stand toe-to-toe, a half step back, then throw again can be devastating. You don't want to stand right in that pocket, giving the advantage to the shorter man in the middle of there. Just take a step back and that shot will be even more devastating.
I just feel like it's just going to up his product as this fight goes on. Sherred, I really do. It's a good start, but he does look good.
Two tidy boxes done.
Yeah, they're two tidy boxes, Malcolm, you're right. I think Sherrod's going to go through the gears here once he starts to find that range where he is a little bit taller, like you say. His punches look sharp and strong. He's not got massive arms, he's not got a huge frame, but I'll tell you what, there's a bit of power in those punches.
There's that right you're on about, and you're right, I like the way he sets it up. Look, this is the range he'd like to be. This is where, if you keep it that way, you can see him really dominating. James Day has to be right there, out of the way. That's not good. That's where he needs to be, and that's the risk you take, that right hand on the way out. Sets up a great dynamic, though, Dan, for the next two rounds.
Just got to make it count. When you close the space, you've got to be spiteful, you've got to be strong, and you've got to be accurate. You can't miss your shots when you're in there. Look, he's missing shots when he gets in tight.
This is what we were saying, you're right. When he gets in, he must make it work for him, because like you, I've just got a feeling that Sherred, when he's at range, he's going to up the danger level. I like that right hand. He's already landed with it
all these judges
cleanly.
Will score a clean shots with the right part of the glove in the right part of the body. That's good. That's his best shot so far.
And he needs it. And he needs to be in sharp and he needs to be out sharp.
That right
and that's
hand.
when John Henry's best for me, when he uses that left to set it up. He'll double it up, then throw the right. And this is good, up and down. And you rightly said, Dan, you thought the gears might go through. He started to show us this now in the second round.
It's only 3 2-minute rounds. I mean, 3 rounds of boxing is very short, isn't it, Malcolm? You can literally let your hands go, can't you?
We always say over the years, you can't afford to sit on that first round. And Dan, as you said, it's just 3 rounds. The first round can be absolutely vital. You've got to start fast. It's a sprint, and you've got to keep running.
You can't punch yourself out over 3-2, surely. It's 6 minutes of fighting.
These two boys look in great shape, I'll say that. And as I said, rightly so. I just feel, from James Day's perspective, he's just where John Henry would like him at the moment. I'd like to see him change that rhythm, change that gap quickly. If you're going to get inside, work your man quick and then all the way out. To me, again, as we saw in the first bout, he's just where his opponent wants him at the moment.
Yeah, John Boy, Henry Sherred is very accurate in his shots and he's completely outworking Day at the moment. He's throwing so many more punches.
Well, he's happy with where the range is, and this is what I'm saying. To me, this is where people need to understand that tactics, if they work properly for you, dictate the fight. You want, as the boxer, to dictate the pace, dictate the range, dictate where it's fought in your comfort zone. And that's exactly what John is doing here. He's doing a great job of it. He's making James fight where he wants him to box.
This is a bit better from Day, though, Malcolm. When he starts to bully him a bit, push him over, get underneath the shots. You know, if you're getting outboxed sometimes, you've got to get a bit dirty, right?
I agree totally,
You've got to make
Danny.
it uncomfortable for this guy.
Fighter, boxer, boxer, fighter. And the thing that James did there right at the end was, when he gets inside, it immediately again negates the range of his taller opponent. He stops him throwing shots like this because he's inside them. That's when you said you rough him up. You get inside, you work hard, because when you're at range, you run the risk of the 4, 5, 6 punches that he was taking on a consistent basis for approximately maybe a minute of that round. This is where he was for long periods of this round, and that's where he can't afford to be. The way he ended that round is the way he needs to start the third. And as you said, get inside, get rough with him, because he doesn't want to be on the end of these.
It's a much better round. It's a much better round from James Day. I just think he throws so many punches that, like, 2 in the 5 combinations are scoring, aren't they? They're hitting the target. So,
I mean, you've always got to give the judges something to see. And for me, John Henry Sherred said to the judges, look, this is my round. Now, you've seen immediately that James Day has looked to close that gap immediately. He can't give ground like this. The moment you're that extra half step away, he's in the danger zone.
Scored a really good shot, Day, at the beginning of the round, though. That first exchange, a very good left hook, I think. Went straight through.
Now, see, Dan, again, you saw beautiful bob and weaving from him again, but when he threw the right, he then stepped back out to range.
Get a bit of space.
Sometimes it can be ugly. Don't step into your man after you've done your work. Make the ref separate you.
Yeah, he's got to make it uncomfortable for Sherred here. He's been a little bit comfortable in the first round especially. Second round, I thought he did a little bit better, actually. Just think that the work rate of Sherred is just getting... Boxing's about clean punches, you know.
You mentioned work rate. Again, I love the upper body work from James, but where he got where he needed to be, where were the shots?
Yeah, exactly.
Where were the look, he's here again. This is where you step off to the side, you throw the hooks, the uppercuts inside the taller guy.
It's not easy to get there, right? So once you're there, make it count.
Dan, exactly. And because when he's not, look, this man's punishing him. He's doing the hard work, he's getting there. You need to work the body, you need to work inside. Stop those long limbs working, slow him down. Because, as you said, I like John Henry Sherred. What he's doing is what I call the bread and butter stuff really well. Jab crosses, straight punches, but they're accurate, they're consistent.
Yeah, I think the ref will tell him about watch your heads, you know. They heads were going down low.
Left rights, left rights, left rights, back your man up.
Yeah, I'm not going to say he's the cleanest puncher in the world, Sherred. You know, to be cruel, he throws a lot of punches, but like I was saying, a 5-punch combination, bang, bang, bang. 2 of them are scoring. You've just got to work hard with these guys sometimes, you know.
That's been the problem, and they are landing. I mean, James has got a good chin. He's taken some solid rights there, but he spent too much of that round backing up, and as he's backing up and John's coming forward, that range is kept.
Well, there's
too much of this back.
Yep, no industry in the world where you could say it more. You're only worth your salt in there, right?
Dan, at the end of the day, too much of these 3 rounds were fought at the range that suited John Henry Sherred, for my opinion.
Yeah.
And there's that right, landed solidly again. For me, what was frustrating, there was times when James showed some wonderful upper body movement, that bobbing and weaving to get where he needed to be.
Yeah, he got there, didn't he?
Again.
Yeah, he got where he needed to be. But it's a lot harder than it looks, of course, isn't it? It's, you know, it's so hard to get in a position, get underneath, and that's what he did. And by the time your feet are planted, you've got to let those hands go, and you've got to make them count. You've got to be accurate. And
100%.
It's far easier said than done, right?
Do you know what? I'm glad you said that, because one thing I want to stress during the course of this commentary, we've got the privileged position of being sat here. We're outside the ropes. We're safe. We're comfortable. We're not being hit.
Yep.
And as we've mentioned many times before, you can have the best game plan in the world. You've got to implement that game plan while you're being hit and hurt. No easy feat.
No, no, no.
Ladies and gentlemen, a brilliant display of boxing. A round of applause for these gladiators. Come on. And after 3 brilliant rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards, where our judges have reached a unanimous decision. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, in the black corner, John Henry Sherred.
Both men made that easy for the judges.
James Day.
Yep, again, it's a story.